Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Reus 2, where today we're getting in on this daily right right at the end of its playtime. Boy, I sure meant to do this earlier, but it has been a lousy day for me, and I am really looking forward to some of this to sort of peel some of that away. So how do these challenges work? Okay, Forced Final Era Solarpunk. You gain no free rerolls at the start of an era. Okay, that doesn't seem so bad. You could choose between Solarpunk and Calm Era. So my assumption then is that means that if we don't accumulate the biodiversity necessary for Solarpunk, we're stuck on Calm Era, which obviously is not ideal. Understood. These biotica are unlocked from the start. Build your ecosystems and strategy around them. Okay. So antimony is pretty all right. Got some white willow here, some tin. In particular, I'm looking for things that give extra biodiversity and not really seeing them. Beavers like to be around trees. Lots of fur. Lots and lots of fur. And then panda bears get bonuses from having 2 adjacent bamboo, sets of plant, mineral, animal in the biome. All harmony biotica on the planet gain 100% primary yield. Yo. Okay, so we do have some bamboo. Bamboo has biodiversity. The sky pillar has biodiversity. If adjacent to all 3 types, and it's got the harmony tag too. The when it says primary yield, I guess we'll have an opportunity to test this. I'm not sure if primary yield refers to just one resource type, like this produces mostly science, so science is the primary yield, or if it means the 25 is the primary yield and the 100 from the symbiosis doesn't work that way. You also have the harmony tag. Okay, so we're playing Panda Bear Harmony games today. It's pretty good. 25 mystery is a lot of mystery for a land biotica. Okay, and so we have the botanist as our first settler. Does that mean the botanist is our... Yes. Okay. Plus 15% food and science on each plant for each distinct tag on the plant. Cool. Cool. We're certainly going to want to put down a forest. I don't know, the botanist, we're allowed to look at this, right? What am I looking for here? Spirits. The botanist is 4 food, 4 science for each mystery. So pretty great, actually. We might want to throw our botanist on... Yeah, we might want to throw our botanist on a shore. Oh, actually, we have a lot of trees unlocked. Okay. Yeah. Forest. We know we will need one. Let's make approximately this much forest. Is that too? I don't know. Whatever. That's the amount of forest we are making. Get it done, friends. Now we just need like a lot of raw biodiversity. I feel like oceans are good for this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all know how I love a precisely 8-patch ocean. And then you get over here because your services are going to be needed presently. Are we just doing a desert? I think we're probably just doing a desert. The desert has some barren stuff that, if I remember correctly, plays pretty well with biodiversity pushes. I mean, I kind of like all biomes have some of this, right? All right, I am going to put you on the edge of the ocean, I think. Sorry, I know I keep looking. So we can get water focused things here. The Great Garden gives 20. That's interesting. So plus 80. Or this, which is just a lot. This is so much better. Holy hell, Coral Diver is so much better than Great Garden. Wow. But in the end, stage 3, we do not get value for being on the ocean. So maybe that's a good reason not to. Coral Diver's like pretty good though. Also, I feel like water plants often have the good tags. The algae farm is really easy to hit. Coral diver is quite good. It's 130, 130. Yeah, like, it's not nearly as much science as the woodwork shop, but it's a pretty decent chunk of the mill's food plus a bunch of science. I think we are going to do a shore settle with this particular friend. 2 plants within borders, get some population, get some technology, easy. Here's the thing about video games. They're very easy, as we all well know. I do think I'm probably just going to do 3 cities this time, because running that 4th city was definitely a little stressful. Am I trying to maximize my score against other people's scores? Sort of. It is a daily challenge. Let's be honest, I'm not. I'm not trying to do that. I'm putting no effort into it. All right, sea anemone, pretty good. I mean, let's just do the classic thing, right? Sea anemone here, clownfish over there, and then you put down some kelp to benefit from the clownfish. That gets us our plants and some decent rewards here. Okay, fast and easy. Who do we have up next? So the sage and the goddess. I feel like we have played with the sage a lot recently. I think maybe we could do the goddess as like an ocean, a settle on the desert side of that ocean. I can't. I do. It is a little weird trying to rotate the planet while you have the settling thing selected. Okay, hopefully, yeah, they took that order. All right, you. I would love an algae farm. We are already most of the way there. Draft charge number 1 was burned, and the rank of the forest biome was increased by 1. Happens because you're playing with Horizon Draft on. And receive free biotica. Oh! Draft charge number 6 and draft charge number 4 will also be burned. Okay, that's interesting. So those weren't really free biotica. They were biotica that we prepaid for. That's interesting. That's cool. Okay, so we have a little bit of room over here for some plant work. Started with some white mulberry. It's a thing worth thinking about. White willows would love to be next to 2 trees. Sadly, bamboo is not a tree. But we can go like bamboo here. White willow there, and then run 2 trees over here. And the bamboo wants this to be a plant anyway, right? So the question is, what do we... The pear tree would like to be adjacent to at least 2 different bioticum types, and I feel like we can make that work. Let's put down another white willow for the moment. That'll get us the growth on that, and then we'll put down a pear tree because harmony. And the pear tree wants another thing adjacent to it, and I'm sure we have some creature that is appropriate to this task. I assume we're not actually going to be able to place the panda bears anytime soon, because I'm assuming that the rules still function the same way as far as what upgrades are available. For each adjacent bioticum that has a base science yield, but only up to twice. So that's interesting. I guess for right now, we don't need to worry about this anymore, except I need to put down 1 more ocean plant, right? Let's take an ocean draft. Try to pull an interesting plant. I mean, it's so hard not to take the white-plumed anemone, right? It's really good. It's like really, really, really good. And it comes with a couple of things that are really good. Yeah, let's just grab a white-plumed anemone. And throw that down. right here to get us to the 3 different sea plants. I guess they don't have to be different, but let's max out this algae farm. You know what I'm saying. Okay, hey, who's like losing focus and working way too hard on that thing? That's right, it's me. I did it. Okay, so we have a plant booster here. The boosters only boost, yeah, they don't boost mystery. Okay, let's generate, what, I have to generate like 30 gold in total. I mean, there's certainly a part of me that just wants to put down a pair of agates. Two mystery is 10 gold. So this gets me 10 gold and allows me to put down another 25. Yeah. All right. Clownfish here and sea anemone there, and we get some tech from it at the same time. And a little bit of food, I guess. Not really my highest priority, but... Now hold on, you. We'll move on to the new era in a moment. I don't remember. Plants are gaining extra food and science. It is unfortunate that the goddess does not really want those things all that badly. Okay. And then we want somebody who wants food and science, right? I guess, like... we could take the inventor and just run the inventor. Gosh. Because we kind of want to be using a lot of plants, right? So I kind of don't want to do the miner thing. And then y'all are settling like somewhere over here. I don't know. Give me one of these. Sort of a classic settle. This is a ton of resources. Right? 12. So she gets 7 points of resources per thing. So that's 84 plus the 60 food. Okay, I say a ton. It's not like a ton. And she in particular is very devoted to gold, so there's something to be said about that. But like Cat Temple is good overall wealth. What's the deal with the cat? It just wants a critter anywhere. It's so easy to get good value out of your sand cats. You just need to have 3 sand cats down, and you're trying to generate wealth anyway. I'm taking the Cat Temple. You know, the Cat Temple's fun. I do note that she has not expanded over the land at all, but that's fine. All right, want to make sure we get all 3 of our cities down before we move into the next era. Obviously, we don't need to worry too much about these building projects. Because they do not max out yet. What do you want? You want 3 technology. Friend, do I have good news for you. So we get 15 science out of both of these. This one has more tags than the other one does. So yeah, like a willow here, and then just like trees around it. That's going to work out pretty fine. It's not going to give us a ton of science right this second, but we don't need a ton of science right this second. What we need right this second mostly is just to get all 3 of the cities established. Do I want to... So the thing is, you need 2 actual trees. We need to put down an ash somewhere. May as well be here. For the biodiversity again, like, just making sure that we have at least 1 is good. All right, is that going to push you over? It is, right? Yeah, these level 1 city requests are very, very easy. Okay, I think we can step forward here. Now, I didn't really plan a path. Should I have? Yes. but I didn't. So here we go. I mean, I don't hate a monument age. Obviously, like the era limit. Gold on for each city that's smaller than the botanist city is a little bit weird because we have the goddess trying to be wealthier than the botanist at the same time, but she just wants specifically more gold, right? You know what I actually would love to see? Inspect planet. I can't. Okay, I can't do this right now. The thing that I don't remember is what exactly the star goals for Solarpunk are. I feel like they involve a lot of biodiversity, but also a lot of science. So the bonus from Age of Philosophy might be good, and we do have a lot of ability to create science, but I might just do this for the Eon, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it's so nice. It's so nice to just have Eon. It's going to be really easy to get the botanist's total prosperity up, but I don't like this thing where I have to give him 13 wealth specifically. Let's do an Age of Philosophy. It's fine. Extra draft is also very nice to have. And that gets truer and truer as we unlock more biotica and have to like consider more carefully which things we want. And hey, I just discovered that my desk fan is not plugged in. That's fun because it's 90 degrees in here. I'm going to hit confirm on this. And then while animations are playing, yep, hold on just a second. I got to plug a thing in. Okay, that's so much better. I hope that it is not brutally, brutally hot where y'all live. One thing that definitely kind of exacerbates the situation here, sometimes, and sometimes makes things better in other ways, is that we are surrounded by a lot of large bodies of water. I'm in an area with some very large lakes on a peninsula surrounded by very large lakes. And one thing that can mean sometimes is that the humidity is just so high. It is so high, y'all. I mean, the tree thing is free, right? Let's just take that. We were doing that anyway. So anyway, to get back to doing this tree thing. Yeah, the white willow is slightly better than the other trees for us because it has more distinct tags. And then we also probably want like a bamboo. We have to get 5 unique biotica within borders. So I guess that is something interesting. And there's, I think, an argument to be made for playing a pear tree over here. This remains bamboo. So I still like that plan. But then this needs to be like an animal or something. We're so good at philosophy. It's crazy how good at philosophy we are. Are y'all border expanding? Okay, that's good. Because I want Timber Grove on Sea to reach out this way. We may have to do some crevice nonsense over here. So both of these pear trees need something that is not a plant to be placed here. Let's figure that out. What makes the most sense? Obviously, the moss agate is pretty good. The tin's pretty good. There is something to be said for generating the wealth necessary for trade routes, but also at the same time, I want to watch the botanist's wealth because of the goddess village, right? At least until we get the goddess village finished, which we should do real soon. I'm hoping this will prompt a border expander from Timber Grove on Sea. Does indeed. Great news. It's a bunch of food for y'all, just in case. Gotta love harmony. And then, like, we could put down some blueberries. We do now have the ability to boost to 2-star, but, you know, obviously it's not the highest priority at the moment. So cats. Yeah? Just need critters anywhere in the biome. It's perfectly fine to just put a cat right here. What if it was just all cats, y'all? Gonna need a jerboa, obviously, for crittering. Actually, sorry, I should have desert drafted before doing that. Okay, do we want to try to do the Baron thing with the ostrich? I mean, the limestone's doing the Baron thing as well, right? And it gets us the fan palm, which is a cool kind of thing. It gets us the rattlesnake, which is a cool kind of critter. Sandgrouse, also cool. Oh, you know, I do like mudcracks. But let's go ostrich, and then very quickly, when we get control back, pause, cancel. It actually would probably be better to put down a sandgrouse. Oh, the sandgrouse eats a biodiversity. I forgot about that fact. You do count as an empty slot. Okay. Because I'll just put an ostrich up right now, right? Ah, this is a critter that does not have Baron. If we want to put down a critter, we want to put down this critter. All right, adorable, adorable little sand cats. All right, and that will finish the cat temple. I would love to see this goal just go down entirely so that we no longer have to worry so much about the botanist's wealth. And it looks like that is in fact going to occur. Cool. So there's not a good reason to do it right this second, but we have a really nice ostrich spot right there. That's going to be very, very good for us. Okay, so what else are we doing? Working on Botanist Town. We need to get 2 more prosperity onto this planet somehow. Something tells me we can manage it. We need 4 plants within borders. Something tells me we can manage it. I guess we should finish off the Inventor Village real quick. So we just need to put down any other biotica. We already have our trees. Woodcutter is complete. So what do I really want? We got a little bit of forest space over here. Obviously, we can't build any of this stuff yet. Do I want to just put down... Maybe this is a good time to put down a blueberry. Probably want something over here being... Well, we'll probably want something over here being a mineral, so we'll just put down the blueberries. Again, trying to drive biodiversity as best we can. Keep that stuff rolling. So yeah, finishing Goddess Town now I think is more important than finishing Botanist Town. That draft charge just got eaten. That's fine. We knew that was coming. We're good on Oracle. Okay, so at this point, this city now has Philosopher Robes. So when Timberberg gains enough wealth to start trading, it will get that no matter where it goes. Wow, that's a first invention, huh? That's handy. That's very handy. All right, and everybody's buildings are all capped. So at this point, we're just producing prosperity. This is probably the right time to just lay down the ostrich, I think. Let's put this down and see what it does. I only have 1 biodiversity here. Oh, right, the sand grouse consumes the biodiversity that it outputs. You produce more biodiversity, as do you. She probably doesn't really care so much about the science. I don't know. We'll put 1 of these down. So that'll be 2 points of biodiversity right there, because that's our first 1 of those. And that will allow me to place an ostrich. And there's no particular reason that we would need to complete any of these current requests in this era. Oh, shoot. I don't know that. I should be planning. What am I doing? So where are we headed? If we remember, Solarpunk. Okay. 70 total biodiversity, 500. Okay, so we have to be able to get to 75 tax, 75 population. My guess is these are not going to be problematic numbers over the course of our 3 cities. Obviously, hitting 70 biodiversity in the end is tricky. But, so what does that mean we want to do now? We can once again go for the damned plague. I don't necessarily hate the rewards, like the project rewards of Castles and Knights, but they gotta do something about this 2-star. It's so hard not to want to go Merchant Age, but obviously wealth is not our highest overall. I mean, we can do without it. It's not the end of the world. So what are we looking at? What do you get from a calm again? It's just rerolls. I mean, rerolls are not useless. This is a challenge where we are explicitly not given the rerolls we would ordinarily have. That said, the contagion and the bonus draft is awfully nice. We might go for plague into Solarpunk. Honestly, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Okay, y'all are expanding. So with that, I think we have the thing necessary for the plague. I think we're ready to just move up, right? This doesn't expire. So we'll be able to distribute that science later. Yeah, let's just roll on. The people have discovered the meaning of life. And it's trees. Just like a fair number of trees. I love the art in this game. It's so charming. All right. We could go revolution and get a free terraform. I mean, I like botanist, or I like the plague. You heard it here first. I do love the plague. All right, plus 100 if there's at least one toxic bioticum in borders. I don't remember what our toxic thing is. Oh, it's the yeah, it's the anemone. Of course it is. I do think we're rocking Coral Diver. I think I like Coral Diver quite a lot here. I do like the idea of the Great Garden, not specifically like the payouts here, because I don't think a microcharge is worth anywhere near the amount of resources that you're giving up. But, well, I guess that's not true. A microcharge, I was saying that, but actually a microcharge is potentially worth way more than 50 food, 50 science, right? The problem is the potentially. I'm going to take Coral Diver. Coral Diver's like really easy to beat, so really easy to max out. Okay, population on the planet is very high. The botanist needs to gain a little bit more science. Pretty easy to do, really. Okay, medicine's getting exported. That's all well and good. Okay, so I mean, Fur Clothier is finished already, right? Because of the desert cats. And I do kind of like the idea of the cats remaining the most important thing about this civilization. Okay, so yeah, that's capped out already. Love to get free maximum legacy value. Okay, so 200 science, 300 science for 6 trees is, yeah. Wood workshop works just fine for me. So there are 3. Oh, hold on. This means distinct. It does not say distinct, but it is definitely counting our distinct tree biotic. Oh, actually, you know what? That's right. I made some changes here. I did some different stuff. It probably doesn't. Okay, well we'll have to maybe reconfigure some stuff. We do also have just like a heck of a lot of draft charges. Okay, so we got to get to 25 science in Botanist Town, 25 tech, and also we got to drive population up just a little bit. Where are we at on this? We need 5 more ocean, or 2 more ocean plants. Well, let's take some drafts. Ocean first. So not a lot of super compelling plant life here. We want to be, I think, quite careful with our rerolls. And you know, seagrass is not bad, certainly. I think we're probably rocking that turtle. Let's go that way. For each distinct bioticum that has a base science yield in this biome. You can get that up to 5 times, huh? That is an awfully large payout. Like, I think the manta ray is better for us than the sea turtle is. I'm just like, this one doesn't have another plant attached to it. This one has 2 plants. But maybe that's not a good enough reason to take the turtle. Because what? The turtle gets up to 225 gold and it has Microhaven, which is not nothing. Whereas this only gets up to 120 gold, but also it ends up with 27 mystery. Each of which is like 8 points of further resources. It's really good. I think we got to play to the plants right now, but I also think we hope to unlock Manta Ray later. So you just don't want to be adjacent to an Expanse Biotica, and right now you wouldn't be. Let's go put something down over here. You also are not an Expanse Bioticum. And we don't have a copy. Remember, we are pushing biodiversity. We got to have quite a lot of total biodiversity by the end of the age. It's okay if it's some of it's spent. It just needs to exist. Okay, so are we all producted up? No, Timberberg needs to catch some stuff. Yeah, we do need trade routes running here. Okay, this is a border expander, I assume. Okay, so this should get us Botanist Town finished, at least. We're not going to be at 25 technology off of this, but it is a start. And it is going to pay out some of our Coral Diver. Actually, yeah, it's going to get us to 4 on Coral Diver, right? Oh, no, these are all plants. It does cap us out. Okay, so yeah, the value of Coral Diver will push us over the request, and actually it gets us quite close to being done with the 2nd star of the plague as well. We really don't have to gain much at all. All right, well, let's gain what we can. So the tin is active. Yeah, all of our plants have all of their harmony stuff live. Let's take some more drafts. Can't draft forest. Let's draft desert a little bit. It is worth taking a desert tree for the sake of that other village. Also, I think desert salt is pretty good. Yeah, especially if you're really focused on the barren thing. Oh, and this is 2 different trees. Hell yeah. Let's take salt. Okay, so the botanist needs to gain 25 science. We can do forest drafts pretty soon. I guess let's ocean draft. At this point, we are mostly looking for things that have extra biodiversity on them and to just like gain a large number of things in total. Right, like this is a partially an off-putting draft because it only gets us 1 new bioticum. This is the surgeonfish is the only one that gets us 2 things that don't cost biodiversity, and in fact, the open brain coral costs biodiversity as well. Well, actually, I gotta remember, it's okay for them to cost biodiversity because what we're counting is total biodiversity, not excess biodiversity, right? So it's okay to put something down and have it spend right away, because what's important is that we're getting the 1. So this is a lot of food, potentially. I don't know how good I think that is, actually, in the long run. The staghorn might be the better move, even though it's a little bit harder for us to... I mean, like, I guess we have to think about the fact that, like, a thing that gives us a 3-star bioticum is actually not giving us that point of biodiversity for reaching Solarpunk. We will be able to use that to try to hit the 70 at least. Staghorn coral seems really good. I'll take that. And then here we can draft forest finally. Cherry trees are very compelling. Yeah, the cherry tree is very compelling. 5 different tags and the harmony tag. The panda, it's all harmony biotica on the entire planet. Okay. So yeah, it's not like a situation where I need to make sure I'm not drafting so many that I like wouldn't be able to put them adjacent to the panda, because it doesn't matter. They work from anywhere. We gotta take that cherry tree, right? As much as I love a pangolin, and don't get me wrong, I do. Very much. Okay, so. Now, with a little bit more stuff drafted up, perhaps some interesting new things to go for, I kind of think I might just put down some tin, honestly. Like, I mean, the antimony's new, and it would provide a lot of science. Yeah, okay. Something to be said for putting down a thing that does not yet exist on the planet. Alright, so that'll definitely get us where we're going. And then once that's done, we just have to get to 175, which we're not very far off of. The botanist is inventing something new. That's fantastic. So, Timberberg. We got to push trees for the wood workshop. It would also actually be really nice if we could get wealth up. It's a thing to consider. So, desert tree. You want to be adjacent to a bioticum with base gold. You want to be adjacent to a mineral. But I might want to put down a gold producing creature over here. We can't put down the beaver there. That's a little awkward. I guess we'll just be dropping, like, yeah, moss. Moss is fine. And then that makes this a decent situation for a fan palm. A little bit of border expansion, definitely a good idea. We have to get to, is it 5 or, yeah, 5 total wealth to send a trade route out. And both of the other cities have the contagious stuff, so it doesn't matter which direction the trade route goes. The game has been, so far in our experience, very good about always sending trade routes in the direction of whatever exists that is, contagious. Like, it seems to be paying attention. So if we're going to put down an olive tree, we'd actually want it to be all the way over here. So we could do an upgrade. If we were going to do an upgrade, it's like desert salt. Desert salt provides a lot of food. Each distinct barren bioticum. And then the desert salt really wants us to do some barren trickery here. Well, the olive tree counts. So yeah, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe that is exactly what we should be doing here. And putting down higher level biotica leads to more biodiversity, right? So, for the moment, I don't hate the idea of... If we could get the biodiversity for the ostrich in place, I guess that would be like immediately the most sensible thing to do. I could put down... So I'd want to put down something that counts as barren. Yeah. Giving me enough biodiversity for an ostrich. Then we spend an upgrade charge. Once again, waiting for all that stuff to actually go into the city, even though I know it doesn't matter. It feels like it should matter, right? Okay. And then in this space we go olive tree that definitely doesn't want to be next to a plant. And we put down some salt, which seems like it'll be real good. Okay, and this is now at 5 of the 6 trees necessary. So all we have to do is replace something somewhere with a tree. We're not actually getting biodiversity off of the pear tree because we have a pear tree over there. So... Oh, but yeah, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? We don't want to lose a tree. So that being the case, it really does feel like this fan palm... I mean, it really feels like I want to replace the blueberry. I know I'm losing a point of biodiversity by doing that. We kind of need more planet, I think. I think that might be part of the issue that we're having here. So you just want to be adjacent to 2 plants. You want to be adjacent to 2 trees. So replacing one of these 2 trees with blueberries is not actually very helpful for you. This is our only tin and our only antimony. I guess like before I like start scrambling to replace things, where are we actually at? 10, 6, and 11. So 27. We can get from there to a higher value for sure. You are disinterested in expansion, but only a little bit disinterested, actually. We can probably get there. All right, you just want to be adjacent to not a plant. We have a sand grouse already, right? Yeah, we don't have a jerboa. So a jerboa right here would be absolutely fine. The desert salt wants to be adjacent to 2 empty slots. We have 1 here, and we could even put another barren thing here. So right now, this is a biodiversity gain. And then there's gotta be... We really don't have that much. In fact, yeah, the mud crack is perfect here. Because it has bonus biodiversity on it. So that's happening. Keeps our salt plains nice and happy. And in fact makes them happier because that's a new biome and then or a new thing. And then if we just put down some redstone here, that locks in the olive tree's safety. Generates us some biodiversity, gets us some more border expansion, and then actually, if we can... this has some base gold output. So if we can get this city to expand over to here again, then we can just put down another tree and finish the tree thing right there. Because I sure would love an extra 100 science plowed into this thing. And there's no reason not to just put it down, I guess. My biggest concern is Tumble Oasis on Sea reaching out and taking the space instead, which is something I definitely don't want to happen. Oh no, okay, they did send out a second border expander immediately. Well then, put this down. That gets us the last tree that we needed. And overall biodiversity now is still in this area 10. In this area, 6. And in this area, 15. So, 31. We're close. We need 4 more points. Those 4 points can probably be gained entirely in the ocean, actually very easily, right? We have a lot of ocean stuff that we have not put down. So this coral rock wants to be next to some coral and also an animal. The bedrock has bonus biodiversity. Like, I'm pretty sure what I want to do here is just coral rock there. And then bedrock right here. This city will gain a bunch of science. Not a huge amount of science, but some science. If we put down one more toxic bioticum somewhere. Okay, and then, yeah, bedrock. The bedrock is even more extra stuff. Great news. And then, what else do we want to put down? You'd like to be next to 2 plants. You're not, like, super well suited to your situation. There's no way there's 3 distinct critter biotica right now, so you might want to hold on. I mean, if I just put this down here and then we... You want to be adjacent to 1 plant? And it doesn't actually matter where you are. So we might be better off actually putting the jellyfish here. Putting the bedrock down here. And then making this another plant. And this plant should be... Unfortunately... We do have all of the plants down at this point. Right now, this would be functional. I mean, I think I'm going to take an ocean draft. Let's see if we can't get ourselves another plant. We cannot. No 1 stars anyway. The red sea whip is kind of rad. Red sea whip's actually like very rad. And it's linked to a couple of very easy to work with things, including a harmony gem. Yeah, actually I do like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us a lot of help right now. You just want to be adjacent to any mineral. I'm kind of thinking, actually... Maybe we just spend an upgrade charge here. How many do I have already? 7. And we're only going to be acquiring more, right? So... and that, you know, the level up will allow us to place some higher value stuff. So what do I want to put down for the moment? You're a critter. Yeah. So sorry, you can only go in shallow water. What am I doing? There are now 2 distinct critter biotica in the biome. It's almost good. I'm just trying to figure out what we're legacying here. You are not next to a set of animal and coral. I guess legacying an amber isn't terrible. Whatever, it's fine. I don't want to like dramatically overthink this. Okay, so no boosters of any kind. You just want to be adjacent to any mineral. Yeah. So you need to be adjacent to 2 plants, one of which you are already adjacent to. Yeah, there's no reason for it not to be right here, I guess. And then before we move on, we're going to double check our biodiversity. I think we're either there or close. And if we're close, we can definitely go over the top very easily, right? Also, just triple checking, we did get all of our buildings to maximum values. Yes. Okay, so at this point we are 10 in the ocean, 10 in the forest, and 15. We are at exactly 35. Is that good enough? I don't remember if it's at least 35 or if it's more than 35. This is the one we're already looking at. Okay, it says at least. So we've never actually proven conclusively that it is counting your total and not your excess. But when we did the 70, that was counting the total and not the excess. So I am going to trust. I'm going to quick save. And then I am going to trust. Evil scientists achieve success. Hooray! Poison. Everybody's poisoned now. Hooray! We're happy about this, right? Yeah, they seem happy. That's what happy looks like, I'm pretty sure. Arms in the air, lots of excited yelling. It's like a big party. Tumble Oasis on Sea is affected too. Yeah, it sure is. Timberberg is affected too. Absolutely. We did it, everybody. Zombie for everyone. Okay. So we get some stuff, and let us move on to Solarpunk mode. Alright, give science for food from plants. Seems pretty good. Seems like a thing we can work with. It's a biosphere. Yeah, okay. So it's interesting that they built the biosphere over here instead of in the leader village, where I actually would prefer that it be, because the leader green capital cares about both food and technology. But whatever. Let's start by finishing Ancient Metropolis. This is, I think, is more important than everything else because, again, it limits the growth of one of our other cities in a way. And remember, we have to do this, and then we have to make it to 70 biodiversity, and that is non-trivial. So, half a gold for each gold in animals total, an extra 1 gold for each gold in the best animal, or 1 gold for each gold in the gem. I mean, Ringsmith's right out, I think. It's country club or luxury shop. And the question is, like, how spread out is your gold? Or are you going to have one big gold earning creature? Well, we're definitely going to do a desert draft before we make the decision. My inclination is to do half a gold for every gold in every animal everywhere. I guess we do have access to diamonds, but we don't... The diamond does come with the turquoise, which is nice. But we don't have like a super great number of gems drafted, I don't think. Cotton's pretty fun. Ooh, Damask Rose has 2 bonus biodiversity attached to it, as does the Sunstone. I think we're going to take this one maybe just on the strength of the amount of extra biodiversity that it can produce as a draft. And then, honestly, we're probably taking another desert draft, right? Yes, in fact, we cannot draft our other 2 biomes. Okay, here we go. Something like this is what we're looking at. Cheetah's actually very good. Cheetah's very good for our situation. Oryx has bonus biodiversity on it. Each distinct animal in the biome, but also a bonus for each empty slot in the biome. I mean, right now, we are well built to get value out of a cheetah. So the question is, will half of the gold from all of the other animals in the biome combined add up to the amount of gold output by this cheetah? Because if so, worth noting that it is not itself an empty slot. Because if so, we should take the... Which one was it? The country club, right? No, the luxury shop. If we think we can just juice the heck out of that cheetah and make that better than everything else, then we should go country club. And I don't know. In the end, actually, maybe Ringsmith was the right call. A diamond can get very good if you draft for it. I'm going to put my faith in the cheetah. We don't have any other, like, really high value animals right now. So yeah, right now that's outputting a sad amount of money. An amount of money that one can only describe as very sad. But it will get better. Here, bonus science in the tree bioticum with the best science. Bonus science for, like, really a really good conversion rate on medicinal biotica, or big bonuses from fruit. What our plants right now, like, what is medicinal? Because we do have the cherry tree, and I don't know if my assumption would be that the multiple fruit tags for the cherry tree are not going to make it count multiple times for Jam Maker, but honestly, each different adjacent bioticum type. I don't know, maybe this isn't that powerful. Like, it only gets up to 175 food. There's got to be some kind of interaction with the multiple fruit tags that makes that interesting, right? I guess another thing is you have more tech than you have food, so we will get a little bit more diversity effect out of something that focuses on food, especially since we're drafting for tech in the other city. And it is each food in all fruit biotica. All right, the reason I opened this up was to look at what has the medicinal tag in the first place, and it's really not very much. And we could certainly draft for fruit. We're not going to get anything that cares about we're not going to get anything that cares about the medicinal tag, but there are things that care about the fruit tag. I think I'm going to settle on Jam Maker, actually. And this will give us something right away, but like the other one, this really is something that we're going to be building for later. Okay, and Timberberg's thing will come along when it comes along. As a refresher, one more time. 0.5 science for each point of food in the plants within borders. Not really ideal for the inventor. But it does make it easier for us to want to put food plants within his borders, biodiversity, etc. You know, we don't feel so bad about, like, an olive tree. Olive tree's actually producing some okay yields. Whew. All right, so like I was saying, I think we're going to focus really hard on this ancient metropolis. This is going to be our main thing for the moment, and a big part of that is figuring out how to work this cheetah, and part of that is for sure going to involve a crevice. But I think that's all going to be next time stuff. We're just about at the hour here. I'm gonna break this one in half. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return next time, we are doing our best to do some Solarpunk justice here. And we'll see you then.